Welcome to Alzheimer's Los Angeles. This video is being provided to help you learn about Alzheimer's and other dementias and how you can support and care for someone who may be living with the disease. Alzheimer's Los Angeles has many programs and services, including support groups, our helpline, and expert care counselors who are there to guide and provide you with resources and information and to be a helping hand along the way. Today's session is going to focus on behaviors and Alzheimer's. This session is designed for people caring for a person living with Alzheimer's or another dementia. The goal of the session is to provide you with strategies to manage difficult behaviors that can happen throughout the course of the disease. We'll help you make changes that can reduce stress for both you and the person living with dementia. What we will cover in this presentation: we're going to take a look at the changes in behaviors the person with dementia might have and why these behaviors happen. We're going to give you a better understanding of what the behavior means to the person with dementia and talk about ways to address the behavior. We'll also share how you can effectively respond to the behaviors by adjusting your reaction. So, what is dementia? Dementia is an overall term for diseases and conditions that cause a decline in memory, language, problem solving, and other thinking skills that affect a person's ability to perform everyday activities. Alzheimer's causes changes in the brain, and these changes can cause challenging behaviors. In our memory loss and Alzheimer's session, we cover the science of Alzheimer's and the damage it causes to the brain. If you haven't participated in that program yet, I encourage you to do so. As we explored in that session, one of the first areas of the brain affected by Alzheimer's disease is the hippocampus. This region of the brain plays a critical role in memory function. This is why it makes it harder for someone with Alzheimer's to form new memories. You may also notice the person repeating themselves, asking the same question over and over, or not remembering what happened a few hours ago. The damage to the brain from Alzheimer's impacts a person's feelings too. You may see your usually patient mother or father get angry or frustrated more easily. As the disease worsens, a person's oldest memories are lost, and you may notice that they forget the names of people they've known a long time, or even worse, be unable to recognize you. We don't know exactly what causes Alzheimer's, but we do know how Alzheimer's impacts an individual's ability to process emotions and information. As a result, Alzheimer's may cause a large range of behaviors. These behaviors may be new or cause old behaviors to worsen. Not every person with Alzheimer's will have all of the behaviors, but these are the more common challenging behaviors that people tell us about. Some behaviors the person with Alzheimer's may develop include wandering or getting lost, agitation or confusion, aggressive physical behavior including hitting, or they may not trust the people around them. What's important to bear in mind is that all behavior has meaning. Let's talk about behavior as a way for the person trying to tell us something. What is the person trying to tell you that will help you understand the meaning behind the behavior? A person with Alzheimer's may have a difficult time telling us what they feel, need, and want. They may also be confused by what we are saying to them. Communication can be challenging, and there may be some behaviors that the person shows to let us know how they are feeling. For example, someone with Alzheimer's may not want to change from their pajamas to their clothes. This refusal may be a sign that the person is uncomfortable with either their clothes or the atmosphere for changing clothes, but they may not be able to communicate this discomfort verbally. If something like this happens, ask yourself what might be causing the behavior and what could be behind it. Most of the time, the reason falls into the following 4 areas. It may be an emotional need or a physical need, a health problem, or they may have problems doing a task. Sometimes it might be hard to remember that a behavior is a way for the person with Alzheimer's to communicate with you. That's normal. It's important to understand that the behaviors of people with dementia are generally not done on purpose. You might experience something like, "My mom used to trust me to handle our money. Now she accuses me of stealing." This is not due to the person being intentionally difficult. Here's another example that might sound familiar. "Mom knows that I need to get dinner on the table, but she keeps asking me questions and then she tries to walk out the front door." Also, this is not due to poor listening. Here's one more example. "I told Mom 20 times that her cousin would come over after lunch." Remember, this is the disease and not done to you or on purpose. Make sure you recognize any sudden change in behavior. During the natural course of Alzheimer's, it is common for the person you're caring for to occasionally experience emotional distress. However, if a person's behavior changes quickly or comes out of the blue, check to see if there is a medical emergency. Some signs that need to be reviewed by a doctor immediately include a major change in memory or mood, more significant confusion, sudden hallucinations, an increase in anger, hitting, or yelling, sudden wetting the bed or not being able to get to the bathroom in time, a fever, or seizure. If you notice any of these changes in behavior and they happen suddenly, contact the person's doctor immediately or take them to the emergency room. It is always best to think that a sudden change in behavior is because of an infection, high blood sugar, or other medical emergency rather than think that it is a normal change with the Alzheimer's disease. When you talk to the person's doctor, be sure to tell them some of the baseline or normal behaviors and clearly explain the sudden difference you're seeing now. We recommend a simple 3-step approach called IDEA. IDEA is a strategy to help us remember how to respond when a challenging behavior happens. Let's define each letter and step. IDEA. The first step is to ID the behavior. That is, identify the specifics of what is happening. For example, if Dad is trying to leave the house, or Mom is repeating the same question, or the person you're caring for is upset for no apparent reason. This is an opportunity to focus on the details of the situation rather than simply responding to the behavior. The second step in IDEA is to explore the reasons behind the behavior, no matter how logical or illogical it might be. The point is to try to understand the cause and its potential meaning for both the person living with dementia and you. The third step in IDEA is to adjust your response. Now that you understand some of the possible meanings behind a behavior, during this step, you will brainstorm some potential strategies to help manage the behavior and perhaps change the behavior for the future. Let's dig in, starting with IDEA step 1. During the first step of IDEA is the ID. This stands for identify. Use this strategy to begin looking at the situation from the different angles. Start by asking questions such as, what is the behavior? Focus on the specifics of what is happening. If no specific word can define the behavior, consider simply describing the details of the situation. If necessary, consider someone else's perspective by asking if others see it the same way. Look into other aspects of the behavior, such as when and where this behavior usually takes place. Finally, ask yourself whether this is something bothersome or enjoyable for you or other people in the person's life. Remember, not all behaviors are necessarily negative, and in fact, those that are enjoyable should be encouraged. On to IDEA step 2. In the second step, the E is for explore. We explore why the behavior may be happening. This is where we put on our detective hats and look for possible answers to questions like, what is he or she trying to say? And what could the specifics of the behavior mean to the person? For example, when the person wants to go home, what does the concept of home mean to them? The person might be reliving a time where home refers to a childhood home. Or they may be trying to express discomfort by telling you, I want to go home. Remember, there is a meaning behind all behavior, and that meaning is not always easy to understand. So taking the time to look at a situation from a different perspective as it relates to the person can help you understand what may be going on for them. Additionally, it helps to look at possibilities that could be related to other causes, like health problems, or if they're uncomfortable, or maybe the activity at hand is too complicated or too boring. It is also helpful to take a look around at the person's surroundings and assess whether it is too hot or too cold, too loud or quiet, an unfamiliar place, too crowded, too cluttered, or too dark or too bright. All of these situations have an effect on the person and sometimes serves as triggers for challenging behaviors. Exploring some of these meanings together with others can be useful. Consider calling the Alzheimer's Los Angeles helpline and ask to speak with a care counselor. Join a support group where others' experiences could help you understand the behaviors of the person you're caring for. There is a lot of information and caregiver tip videos available online that may help you understand what may be going on with the person. Idea step 3. During the final step, the A is for adjust. You adjust your reaction to the behavior. It is important to understand that because of the disease and the person's difficulty with learning and managing their emotions, they are unable to change. It is up to us to maintain meaningful connections. When doing this, it's important to treat the person with dignity and respect. Similarly, when responding to a challenging behavior, ask yourself if your response is respectful of the person. Sometimes, our response may put us in a confrontational situation between what is practical and what is ethical. Remember to always think about the person first and then respond, and that how they are behaving and what you are experiencing are the result of a disease. A person with dementia can't control their behavior, but you can control yours. Now we're going to put idea to work. To help practice the idea strategy, we are going to watch video clips showing different common behaviors that will show us a common response and then give us ideas for better responses. While you are watching these demonstrations, think about what may be causing the behavior and what those triggers could mean to both the person with dementia and the person caring for them. And try to imagine what adjustments can be made to change or modify the situation.
Good night, Mom.
Honey, help me.
What's wrong, Mom?
There's an evil man in the room.
Mom, please. There's nobody here. No one's here. Go back to bed. Come on. Look, there's nobody here. All right? Go back to bed. You've got a big day tomorrow. Come on. Good night, Mom.
Now we can start putting idea to work. First, ask yourself, what do you see happening? Think about what may be causing the behavior and consider, what does the behavior mean to the person? And think about, how would you respond? You might have thoughts about what you think the daughter is doing wrong. And you could ask, why is she responding in an inappropriate way? We all know that caring for a person with dementia can be stressful. Stress can lead to impatience and misunderstanding. This is normal, and we're going to use our new tool, the idea strategy. Let's put idea to work. First, we identify the behavior. Let's consider the specific details that are causing the behavior for this person, such as the time of day, the environment she is in, and the situation when she has this behavior. This helps to build a better understanding of the behavior. Next, we explore what may be causing the behavior. Imagine you are the daughter and you are having a hard time understanding why, after a long day, your mother refuses to go to sleep. People caring for a person with Alzheimer's often misinterpret this as the person trying to get attention or making things up. How can you better explore what is causing the behavior? You can try and figure out if your mother is staying active and busy during the day so that sleep comes easier. You could also read more about dementia and what seeing things that aren't there means, and this can help you understand what may be causing the behavior. There are resources and guides on problems with sleeping that you can explore. As the last step, we adjust. This is where we think about the options we have. Keep in mind, whatever is going on for the person with dementia is real for them. They are not able to control their emotions or behaviors, but you can. With that in mind, think about the changes we need to make to stop this behavior. Think about how you might better understand what her mother is going through and ways that she can be more patient and comforting. Now we'll take a look at another video where we see someone with delusions and hallucinations, and we see a better response. Let's take a look.
Honey, help me.
What's wrong, Mom?
There's an evil man in the room.
Oh, really? Let me take care of it. It's okay. Oh, I see. Okay, come on. Come on, I'll take care of it. Now you stay out here. Now he's gone, okay? I'll sit with you until you go to sleep, okay?
Okay.
You know, Mom, I think we should keep your coat rack outside so you have a place to keep your jackets when you come in.
Oh, okay, dear.
Okay? Okay. Good night.
As we saw, the quick thing to do is to remove objects casting shadows, given that these are being misinterpreted by the mother's brain as someone in the room. We also noticed an emotional reaction. Therefore, it may be necessary to listen and acknowledge her fear and offer something comfortable and soothing, like a blanket or a hug. We hope that this showed you a reasonable solution and a way for us to deal with this type of behavior and situation. Let's look at another issue that may come up, like refusing to take medication. And we'll first look at a common response. Let's take a look.
Time to take your medicine, Grandma.
I don't need to take medicine. Who said I have to take that medicine? For what?
What are you talking about, Grandma? You have high blood pressure and diabetes. Dr. Brown said if you don't take your medicine, you're going to get sick.
I don't need pills.
Why do we have to do this every day? Just take your pills. I give up.
Let's put idea to work. Number 1, identify the behavior. Think about the following. What time is this occurring? What is the environment? What is the person with dementia doing? And where is she? Also, what is the person caring for her doing and where is she? Number 2, explore. What may cause a person with Alzheimer's to refuse medication? This is something you can talk to a doctor about. There are lots of tips and guides available to help manage medications with people who have dementia. You can contact a care manager or social worker to explore options to address the refusal to take medications, or you can contact the resources available with us at Alzheimer's Los Angeles. Number 3, adjust. Once the options have been explored, what changes do you think the granddaughter could make to try to change her grandmother's behavior? Let's take a look at the next video, Refusing to Take Medication, a Better Response. Here, we'll watch a better response to the refusing to take medication situation.
Time to take your medicine, Grandma.
I don't need to take medicine. Who said I have to take medicine? For what?
Remember, Dr. Brown said you have to take medicine for your blood pressure and your diabetes. He even wrote a note. My patient, Aura Jackson, that's you, needs to take her blood pressure and diabetes medicine every day. So let's take your medicine for Dr. Brown.
Okay, I'll take it today, but maybe not tomorrow. Only because Dr. Brown said it's a good idea.
Okay. Oh, I have an idea. Let's take the dogs outside for a walk. It's a beautiful day.
This time, we saw an effective strategy where one can use an authoritative figure, like a doctor or favorite person, as a way of getting the person to take her medication. Pick someone the person with Alzheimer's likes to please or has a position of authority. In this case, she used a doctor's note. Another thing the granddaughter did, and something you can consider, is making taking medication less of a required activity, and instead connect it with something fun, like going out for a walk or having ice cream afterwards. This can help lessen hesitation and may in fact increase the connection between this activity with something enjoyable. Let's shift to talking about the many challenging behaviors dementia can cause. Whenever you feel yourself losing patience or challenged by how to move a situation forward, keep in mind that the person you are caring for is not doing this just to annoy you. If you viewed our memory loss and Alzheimer's session, you know that Alzheimer's causes damage to the brain. That damage means people with Alzheimer's no longer have the ability to control their emotions or behavior. If you get upset, blame the disease, not the person. There are many behavioral problems that are caused by Alzheimer's and other dementias. Just as no two people are the same, no two people experience dementia the same way. Some people with Alzheimer's will experience some or all of these behaviors, while some may experience only a few of these. It's probably better for you to expect to have some challenges and be prepared for them than to not expect any and not be prepared if they do happen. There is a long list of common behavioral issues, and unfortunately, we don't have time to get into detail with all of them. Don't worry though. Alzheimer's Los Angeles has many resources available to you, including tip sheets on our website that you can download whenever you need. You can find all our tip sheets in English, Spanish, and several other languages at alzheimersla.org. Let's run down that list though, so you can keep these challenging behaviors in mind. Anger, frustration, and fighting. Anxiety. Bathing. Communication. Driving. Getting lost. Hallucinations. Keeping home safe. Medications. Paranoia, repetition, resistance, sundowning, toileting. So, now let's take a look at one of the most common behaviors people with Alzheimer's experience, and we'll walk through how the tip sheet addresses it. Anger, frustration, and fighting. The tip sheets are laid out using the steps of IDEA. The first step is to ID the problem, and each behavior is described at the top, circled here in blue. Along the left side of the page are suggestions to help you explore why the person with dementia may be behaving this way. The main section of the page, circled in orange, has suggestions for how you can adjust to address the problem and possibly avoid it in the future. We have golden rules for dealing with challenging behaviors, and they apply to all challenging behaviors. Let's talk about the don'ts first. Don't argue. That always makes every situation worse. Whatever is going on for them is real. Don't try to reason with them. People with Alzheimer's gradually lose the capacity to reason. Keep in mind that their brain does not work the way it used to, and reasoning has been proven to be counterproductive. Don't remind them they forgot something. For a person with memory problems, this causes frustration. Don't take it personally. It's the disease, not the person causing the behavior. And here are the do's of the golden rules. Try to find out what's bothering them. Understanding that will lead to quicker and easier solutions. Comfort them. Validate their emotions and let them know you understand. Try to address their concerns. If they refuse to take their medications, reassure them that you understand. Nevertheless, provide a doctor's note or ask another family member to administer the medication. Be patient and calm. We can't say it enough. This is the disease, not the person. Your ability to be calm and patient will help them calm down too. Respond to feelings, not words. The person may not have control over either their feelings or words, but focus on the emotion they're showing, not the words they're saying. Let them be right, even if you know they aren't. Let things go. Every day will bring new challenges. Move on and enjoy the happy moments. Let's review and summarize idea. First, identify the behavior and be specific. Next, explore what may be causing the behavior. Try to understand the meaning behind it. Last, adjust your response. Think about simple ideas and come up with solutions. Always validate and comfort the person, and always treat them with respect. Thank you for joining us for today's session. For more information on anything in this session, please call our helpline at 844-435-7259. That's 844-HELP-ALLS. Or visit our website to find more resources. You can also connect with us on social media. And that concludes this session. Thank you so much. We really hope you found this session helpful and you continue to learn more about the challenges you may face and how you can better manage some of those challenges. Coming up in the next few sessions, we continue with more tips and information about memory loss and Alzheimer's, communication, and how to make your home safe. There are 4 sessions in this series. We encourage you to watch the entire series to get a comprehensive understanding of the disease and become the best possible caregiver for a person with Alzheimer's or another dementia. We are happy to be here for you and to give you all the information and support that you need to be more confident and more empowered as you care for someone with the disease.